And here we go, spawning down in the bottom left. Representing South Korea, the red Terran player. Give it up for TY. And his opponent, spotting up in the top right, representing Clash and Italy. It is the blue Zerg player, REYNOR. One of the straight up best foreign players, period, I would say. He is just an absolute legend of the game already. And I'm very excited to see what he can do in this series against one of the best South Korean Terrans right now, and has been for a while. I would say by far the smartest South Korean Terran in the form of TY. TY has just been so inventive with the way he has played the game, really coming up with new and different approaches, and it's been really cool to see that. Now, to start things off, both players are opening up very standard. Understandable. It's, you know, it's a pretty... There's not a lot of Zerg cheeses that can be really effective. Unless you know for a fact your opponent's not scouting. Which, by the way, TY is going to scout on barracks. Ooh, this is neat already right out of the gate. We got a Marine first instead of a Reaper. Reaper, of course, that most standard opening. And allows you to put a little bit of pressure on, potentially deny a creep tumor. Of course, you force out those 4 lings. Maybe you can get a kill there. And in a best-case scenario, maybe you can get a drone. And potentially... might be able to delay a third base. But with this Marine first, things are going to be a little bit different here. Now, will TY... okay, it is going to be Reactor to follow this up. So, yeah, scouts with that SCV, sees what's going on, sees the expansion. And REYNOR with a... well, going to try and take this third hatch, and TY will attempt to deny this. Oh, I think the SCV should lose this fight just barely. Oh, REYNOR, and he gets it. Nice micro. TY tries to dance away there, but REYNOR stutter-stepping that drone to make sure he gets the kill. Very nice. Now, he did delay the Overlord to get this down, expecting that a Reaper would show up, but there's no Reaper. And REYNOR kind of recognizing that, going forward now with these lings. Now, oh, this is interesting. Okay, we're going to be seeing a most likely... medevac come out with this starport. This is something we've been seeing a little bit more recently, is you go for that quick Hellion after this opening, and you pump out a few Marines. Oh, wow, Widowmine. Okay, could this be a Widowmine Marine drop with a bit of Hellion pressure? Oh, this is very interesting. I kind of talked about it in the early game there, the pregame, that TY is very inventive and comes up with lots of different ways to approach the game. And, well, this is one of them right here. Now, REYNOR, of course, he has already dedicated a little bit of energy towards spreading creep here. And it will be that medevac. So, yeah, at the very least, he's going to be able to hunt some Overlords here with these units. And now he swaps this off, will start Hellion production. This is very interesting. Additionally interesting is the fact that he builds this supply depot at the side of his base to provide vision instead of starting the wall at the front. And REYNOR going to go for a scout here. Oh, what's he see? Okay, he does see that the reactors, or sorry, I should say the the factory was transferred onto the reactor there. And, well, to follow it up, it will be a Banshee with Cloak. So... different way of getting there. And we are still going to see this combined Marine drop plus Hellion pressure that I alluded to earlier. But, yeah, still a relatively standard build. Gets there a little bit quicker, and with this Widowmine drop that has a lot of potential to get something done. But REYNOR already has Lings in position. Now we do see the Hellions on the third base. Are they going to be able to get these drones? Nice split from REYNOR there to mitigate that damage. Still going to lose a few of them, but could have lost 4, maybe should have lost 4 even. And meanwhile, in the main base, I don't think he lost anything except a couple of Lings. That was a great defense out of REYNOR. And TY, ooh, almost getting a drone in the natural, but a nice pull from REYNOR. Does, of course, force a little bit of lost mining time, but TY was definitely looking for more with this. As we can see, REYNOR already up to 50 drones, and TY just at 38 here, and just now starting this third command center. Now, of course, these Banshees that are a follow-up and these additional couple extra Hellions still can be very effective, but if we see there's already spores starting up in each mineral line. And then there's going to be a potential 4th spore to cover this area between the bases here. In addition, REYNOR already has his double evolution chamber nearly done. Going to be able to go up into a very, very quick 1-1. Much quicker than his opponent. And TY, well, with all of the aggression that he's put on, his stim is a fair bit delayed. His production just now starting up. And this is going to be REYNOR cruising in this game as long as he doesn't take critical damage to these Banshees. Now, that's a little bit easier said than done. Of course, it is TY in the driver's seat here. But as I said, yeah, the spores are already up. Everything is already set up. Now, this is where things can get a little bit scary. But the creep spread from REYNOR going to give a little bit of advanced knowledge about what's going on. And here we go. TY with the very early cloak here. Going to dance on into the natural expansion. No queens there. They are, of course, pulled to the front. And 6 queens. Well, look at that. Look at that very quick pull. REYNOR has not lost much of anything here. Only, oh, this queen will get isolated a little bit. And a couple more drones do get picked off. Meanwhile, REYNOR poking at the front. Tank will be enough to discourage him from pushing in there. But like I said, this is still REYNOR very much in a solid position in the driver's seat here. And it's going to be up to TY to kind of find some value with these Banshees. More than he has, that is for sure. Now, what is the tech of choice going to be here for REYNOR? He has been favoring that Hydra Lurker style heading on into the late game. That is, of course, one of the strongest ways to play Zerg currently. And TY's got to be a little bit careful if... Oh, man, if REYNOR had gone in there with +1 Carapace... Okay, never mind. There's a lot of Marines at the back. So, yeah, that wouldn't have worked. And Hellion. So, never mind. Belay that. We are going to see TY's economy start to catch up a little bit as these mules are dropped. But looking at the last couple of minutes, with REYNOR going up to 78 drones, TY is really, really going to need to get something done with his first push. And as we can see, as I alluded to, because of the relatively heavy committed build that TY went for, all of his production, his 1-1, his combat shields, his first initial push that is coming out right now, it is so delayed relative to what it could have been. And, well, REYNOR, he's going to sneak across the map, get a little bit of damage done. Would love to find that tank, but a nice hot pickup from TY will prevent that. And now the Lings, they are going to take some, a little bit of nasty damage on the way out. REYNOR looks like he bruised up these Banshees as they tried to exit their little timeout corner there in the top right. And here it is, the 1-1 just now finishing up, as well as combat shields. This is a nasty position. REYNOR is not taking down these rocks, but he is setting up for a big flank right here. Oh man, TY has got to be so careful. If he gets even a little bit caught out, this could be game over. Meanwhile, behind this, it is going to be an 8 racks all in from TY. No gases at the third base. He is going to be committing very hard with this 58 SCVs. That is the limit that he is going to build. And I appreciate very much that REYNOR is taking this extremely patiently. Doesn't want to rush in here and kind of throw away his lead. We also have the 2-2 of REYNOR. Much, much faster. Hydralisk Den already done. No Hydras in production just yet, but REYNOR can go for them pretty much immediately. Oh, okay, here it comes. The big 360 surround. 3 sets of units here, hitting just before the reinforcements of TY are starting to come across the map. Still big tank connections on the Banelings, but REYNOR is going to get an excellent cleanup. And while TY will technically speaking hold the position, it's, like I said, it's technically speaking he holds that position. REYNOR cleaned up all the tanks, got most of everything. Those Banshees in the main base did go down, didn't get really any additional workers. Maybe 1 or 2 more. And now REYNOR, he is set up to once again crush through this army. Oh, he's clearing up, or setting up for a counterattack. I would love if he goes with this +2 Carapace. Ooh, look at this. Going to pick off a lot of reinforcing Marines. And now he will flood in from many sides. Banelings getting huge connections on the Marines. Only the 1 tank here for TY. Getting good value, but it's not going to be enough. And REYNOR takes a crushing victory in game number 1. And he has got to be real happy with that. That's a really, really nice defense into just a stable, solid setup. And we'll have to see what TY can do in game number 2. He wasn't able to really get any value with his initial harass, and that's the kind of thing that can kind of shake your confidence in a best of 3 series. But we are heading into Nightmare Land for Zerg. It is Oxide for game number 2. And, well, we saw that those rocks presented a bit of a problem for defending the 4th base. Even with Reynor having such a magnificent lead going into that fight, he still had to be extraordinarily careful. Now, Oxide is that times a million. It is so much more difficult to deal with that. And we'll have to see if that comes into play as we get on into game number 2. Spawning up in the top right. Representing Clash, it is Reynor. And spawning down in the bottom left, it is the red Terran player. Give it up for TY. Now, I wonder if he'll go for something cheeky here. Like I said, I doubt we'll see any cheese. It's one of those scenarios where, because Oxide is such a good map, it's really, really, really difficult to see a scenario where anything really actually happens, like in the early game, anything weird. There's just not much benefit in going for it for the Terran player. TY, of course, a member of a Freak of Freaks, and a very, very solid, very intelligent South Korean Terran player. So, he's not what I would say the best ZVT player in the world, TVZ. I would say players like Cure, players like Innovation, players like maybe Maru, definitely Beyond. Clem, really, really were on that short list for known for their TVZ. Where TY really shines is his intelligence, his positioning, his chess-like understanding of Terran. And while that is still very helpful and very useful in TVT or TVZ, it is, well, I just spoiled myself. It is much more evident in a matchup like TVT, where that tank positioning, kind of forcing your opponent into certain moves by making opening moves of your own. That's where that can really shine. But that does not mean that he is not going to be hitting with something a little funky here. Look at this. We've got a very quick second barracks coming down and a reactor first out of TY. And Reynor's going to see this and he's going to be like, wait, what? What are you doing? And is this an old school 2-on-1? That is what it feels like. Very, very much so. If he goes for a factory. Yeah, this is an old school 2-on-1. Wow. That is unexpected. This build has not been favorable in the meta for an extraordinarily long time. Reynor going to move his Overlord back. Ooh, that's kind of cute. He may already have the read on this build. And, okay, yeah, these Marines, they're on the hunt. Oh, if Reynor spots them, he might actually be able to take them out. He is angling towards that. Oh, man, this could be a big find for Reynor. If he is able to get these Marines... Oh, yes, he is going to find them. And, well, TY going to try and get back into a corner. And he's... Oh, this is brilliant. He's going to pull back into a corner. Nice positioning. And now he gets the Marines on the high ground helping out. Now, that does show Reynor that there are 4 Marines. So there was no, like, quick swap off there. And that should let him know that this is basically a 2-on-1 build. Except, where is the starport? Yeah, with that super delayed second gas. Okay, I think... Yeah, this is still a 2-on-1. This is still a 2-on-1. But it's... I think it's going to hit a little bit earlier or possibly with a couple more Marines. This is so interesting to me. How is Reynor going to deal with this right here? He did build a couple of extra lings. He lost those lings early on. Oh, Roach Warren. Okay. Now, is that going to be defensive or aggressive? That's early enough that could definitely still be for aggression. Reynor will start to scout in here a very creative Overlord path that allows him to kind of sneak around where TY is. Now, if Reynor decides to go for an all-in into a 2-on-1, that is potentially the worst possible thing he could do. And yeah, he will see that second barracks with the tech lab, and that should tell him all that he needs to know. Now, if he just plays defensive with these Roaches, that could be very, very good. Roaches, of course, don't care about positions so much. The ranged units, they're not going to worry about if the Marines get into a nasty position, nasty choke, and the Lings just can't get us around. They're going to be able to add that consistent DPS regardless, and potentially he may even decide to go for quick Ravagers with this for just a little bit of extra range there, and the potential of Corrosive Biles to kind of force the Marines to reposition, and maybe be able to get those medevacs if TY is not paying attention. But let's be real, TY is going to be paying attention. And there it is, 16 Marine drop coming out. Second Engineering Bay coming down. This is looking more and more like a 2-base all-in from TY. Now, REYNOR. He is up to 47 drones, which is a pretty good count. And he's got those roaches. Yeah, this feels pretty good for REYNOR so far. Only a few roaches at this base, but no combat shields on these Marines, so they will get 3-shotted by roaches, and one of them even gets picked off right there. REYNOR, yeah, as long as he continues to keep track of those medevacs, this is going to get increasingly difficult for TY to find any damage. And yeah, I would love to see REYNOR take down those rocks. I feel like that is actually almost as important as anything else in this game right now. He is going up to a nice 4-gas setup. That's going to allow him to build some Ravagers. Looks like the Marines will pick a fight with these roaches. Oh, and that's because TY wanted to get that creep tumor there, but REYNOR can just quickly respread this. Queen repositioning in the main base. And yeah, he's barely going to lose any of this creep tumor, or any of this creep spread. Man, really needs to take down these rocks, though. That is so important. And TY did add on a 3rd barracks. He does have a 3rd command center on the way, but this is definitely going to be a little bit of aggression. TY may elect to scan again to try and clear out this creep before it gets back out of hand. Does just now have a scan, and yeah, I expect we'll see that in just a moment or two. Oh, I love this decision from REYNOR. Single Evo Chamber and Carapace here. And there it is. That's a big scan. Man, REYNOR, take down those rocks! Those are going to be a nightmare for you. He could have already expanded to the low ground here, or to the high ground with this creep. Oh, get the creep. Get it back over here. Honestly, he should be taking down both these rocks. There is no reason to not just click down those rocks. And this is a tank push, so this could actually really come back to bite him. Now, REYNOR has already added on these Ravagers. And, well, that's going to help out a lot against these tanks. I really don't see a way that TY gets anything done. Well, actually, never mind. If he manages to sneak by his opponent and gets this Doom drop off into the main base, this could be very scary. And, oh, man, REYNOR getting a little bit blindsided here. No Overlords were on the right side, and so he does not respond to this. TY, he is going to gun down the layer, and he might just be able to get it. Oh, he is going to go for some drones instead, but he will get the layer. Oh, man, there's transfuses available. He could have saved that. REYNOR, that is incredibly unfortunate. Now, he did already start up his roach speed, so he had that done, but no higher tech upgrades. No Hydralisk Den, no Baneling speed. This is tough. No Infestation Pit. Not that it would help you all. Well, actually, no Infestors would be very handy right here. Oh, this is actually a lot of Marines with +1. You got to be very careful right there, REYNOR. That was a lot of squishy Ravagers. And TY, oh, he's going to get another cancel on a 4th base attempt. And look at that. Picks off a Ravager right there. And then gets back up into the medevacs. This has been pretty nice from TY so far. Now he's got his 3rd command center landed. REYNOR is only on 2 bases. This is all of a sudden, despite the supply disparity, looking a little bit rough for REYNOR. Oh, nice leading Bile trying to potentially get that. And this is still a very heavy potential drop that could come in and get some damage done. Now, I do like this from REYNOR. He is going to pick off 10 SCVs. Oh, and he does have some roaches at home, so he should be able to deal with this pretty effectively. He does lose an Overlord, but forcing that drop off and getting 10 SCVs on the other side of the map, that's a really great scenario. Now, one thing that's going to be a big problem in a little bit of time is the fact that TY has 2-1 upgrades and effectively soon to be 2-2 upgrades on the way, while REYNOR has just now restarted his layer. Oh my goodness, he must have forgotten that he did not have a layer after that, just when he tried to start +2 Carapace, I feel. Oh man, that is a nightmare. Now, he does have this 2nd Evo Chamber. To be honest, I think I would like to see him go up to a 3rd Evo Chamber, add on Speedlings, and add on Ling Bane, and play like a Roach, Ravager, Ling Bane. just continue to add on Lings. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Adds on an Evo Chamber, adds on a Baneling Nest. Oh my god. It's like I understand this game very well, but I just can't play mechanically. Almost. It's almost like that. But I love this decision from Reynor. That is a great one. Now, he's not adding on +1 melee just yet from this third Evo Chamber. So maybe he just forgot that he built that third Evo Chamber, and it's still just going to be basically a double upgrade setup. Oh, great snipes from TY right there. Picks off 2 Ravagers. Quick as you please. And, oh boy. Well, that's a goof. That was still some nice transfuses, though, from Reynor right there. Solid job. And doesn't lose more than he should have. But still, a little bit of an uncomfortable scenario right there. TY just doing a great job with these drops. And the value of this army from Reynor, while he is maxed out, it doesn't go up from here. He needs to basically get Lings and Banes to increase the value of this army. Oh man, this is great for TY. Picks off a lot of Lings right there, finding a lot of value. And we'll just pick up and load up and get on out. Now, I love these Spore Crawlers right here. They are going to make finding any additional damage for TY so difficult. And Reynor has resecured a 4th base. He's got a 5th base on the way now. This is just really, really great. Oh, I was just going to say, the only thing is this one base is a little bit vulnerable. But immediately, Reynor recognizes that, throws down 2 more Spore Crawlers. He's even got a Spore Crawler on the left side. I would just love to see maybe 1 or 2 more potentially. Yeah, it looks like he did, in fact, forget about this Evo Chamber. So that's why we're only seeing, or that's why we saw the 3rd Evo Chamber. I'm not the Oracle I thought I was. And, well, meanwhile, on the left side, this creep has continued here for Reynor. TY does clear up a little bit of it. Oh, Reynor, I don't know about that. Corrosive Biles will get dodged. And now we're seeing TY start to push out in earnest. He does have 2-2. And that's going to be a big upgrade lead. 2-2 versus 1-1. +1 melee, +2 carapace, still a ways away for Reynor. And TY just has these medevacs on patrol. I like that because it's going to distract his opponent every time he looks at the minimap. And nice dodges on those Corrosive Biles. There is Bane speed here, but Banelings are a little bit late to get to the party. And all of a sudden... Oh, look at that. Nice flyby from TY. And these Marines, they may actually win the fight against these Roaches. With the... oh, nice Spore Crawler, though. Will help out a lot. Takes out one of those medevacs. Mitigates the healing. And these Roaches, yeah, they will actually just barely lose the fight. Now, this is mostly cleaned up, but it's distracting Reynor a little bit. Oh my god! Look at this! The Banelings! The Baneling morph trapping part of the army out. Now, this is still enough to clean this up. And finally, +1 melee does finish up. But this has allowed TY to get into such a great position. And now these rocks that Reynor could have killed off like 6 minutes ago are a big problem for him. And this is the position that in the pregame I was talking about there. This is a really, really frightening position. Army values are pretty similar, but the upgrades for TY are better. We do have a huge Ling Bane or Roach Bane force on the left side or right side trying to come in. Meanwhile, huge collapsing flank, but is it actually gonna be enough? Reynor may break the position, but he loses so much to do it. His +2 carapace finishes up after the fight is over. Always a really, really unfortunate scenario. And now the army supplies are favoring TY by quite a bit. Resources lost massively in favor of TY. And Oxide, even with Reynor kind of looking pretty good for a while, it turns out to be his graveyard in game number 2. Oh, Banelings are going to morph in. They finish up, but TY with some great splits and prevents them from breaking the position. And now Reynor is all but out of gas, and GG will get called. TY evens the series at 1 apiece. Great moves from him to not go down 2-0 in this best of 3 to the well, the Italian superstar. That being said, I gotta say, the fact that he didn't take down those rocks, for all the great moves Reynor made, that one's a blunder. And, I mean, it just goes to show, like, game is hard. It is not easy to avoid those kinds of mistakes. And, well, we'll have to see who can take this last map down. It is going to be Romanticide here. I would say Romanticide is still a very good Terran map, but it is not as bad as Oxide. But it does still have similar type areas as those rocks, and can be really difficult to deal with. And, well, here we go. Spawning up in the top left. Representing Afrika Freaks, it is the blue Terran player from South Korea. Give it up for the genius TY. And his opponent, spawning down in the bottom right, getting a little bit bamboozled right there. It is the red Zerg player from Clash. Give it up for REYNOR. Playing a very neat style. But ultimately kind of his own worst enemy there. Not transitioning as quickly as he could have. Not having that Overlord on the right side to spot that massive drop into the main base. Missing a couple of transfuses on the main layer. I think it might have still gone down while with TY in that main base, but maybe he gets a couple more Marines. And, you know, that's probably worthwhile if he does. He did get that nice counterattack on the third base, but he rebuilt his layer extremely late. Yeah, that was actually really the biggest problem. And then not taking down those rocks. I would say not rebuilding the layer, not taking down those rocks in the middle were really REYNOR's undoing in that one. Yeah, but hats off to TY. Playing a little bit of a different style. Oh my goodness. And I did not even notice this. TY going for a command center first in game number 3. Saying, you know what? I know standard play is your strength. I know you are just really, really good in a straight-up macro game. I'm going to play a third weird build in a row. Not a single game has opened up Reaper into... Reaper Hellion into either Fast Third Command Center or 1-1-1. It has been something different this entire time. It had that Marine first opening to start things off in game number 1. We had the Reactor first into 2-1-1 in game number 2. And now we've got a Command Center first in game number 3. Straight up into Reactor once again. Oh man, is this going to be like Command Center first? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Okay. Look at the army units right now. Look at the production. No army units yet. TY already has a third Command Center on the way. This is filth out of the South Korean Terran, and I just love it. Super fast third Command Center off of a Command Center first, saying, REYNOR, you think you're better than me. And that means you're not going to cheese me. And that means I am going to be greedy as all hell. Now, if there was a 16 pool, if there was a 12 pool, if there was some kind of Railgun-esque, 3 roach push, this game would be all but over. But TY is going to get away with this greed. And he did go for that scout, but he only saw the creep. Saw the third hatch, though. That's enough information for him. And now he knows that this is a standard opening from REYNOR. And, oh man, this is going to be a 2-1-1 follow-up. So, TY has already revolutionized Terran a little bit by going for a standard opening into Fast Third Command Center, into a second Quick Barracks, and 2-1-1 follow-up. Now, he is adding a new build to the Terran arsenal with this, going for that Command Center first into a Reactor Barracks with no units into a third Command Center, and then into a 2-1-1 follow-up. Now, this... the regular 2-1-1, it hits a little bit... It hits very, very early. The Command Center... the standard Reaper expand into super fast third Command Center into 2-1-1 hits at about the 5:30 mark. So about 30 seconds later than the standard 2-1-1. This one... I think it's going to hit faster than his it's going to hit slower than, of course, the regular 2-1-1. But it's going to hit faster than the other build that I was talking about that he's gone for. Now, REYNOR, he is going to go for a fast Evo chamber here. And, ooh, I love this. He has actually not built any lings. Okay, never mind. Well, he's built 7 lings. But he is prioritizing going after these 2 sets of rocks. And on Oxide, what gave him a lot of trouble was the fact that those rocks stayed up. Now, he is really remedying this in game number 2. And I love the very, very fast Evo chamber as well for that fast +1 Carapace. It's something that a laser's done a little bit of. And it can be incredibly strong against any early aggression, like this 2-1-1. And it's just a really, really stable way to play. Oh, look at this. He gets the block on the landed 3rd command center. This is a ton of Marines right now. This is 20 Marines. And TY, well, it is going to be... Those medevacs are going to be popping out at, yeah, about the 520 mark. So pretty similar timing with that other one. But it feels like his economy is even stronger. And he has even more units. So normally when you do this, that super fast 3rd command center after standard expand timing, you actually don't have enough Marines to fill up that medevac. Sometimes it's anywhere from 12 to 14 Marines. This time, TY, he's got 22 Marines. He had 4 extra Marines as those medevacs were loading on up. Now, REYNOR, ooh, does he have vision of this? He does have an Overlord ready to go, and he will respond. Oh, he's not responding just yet. Oh my goodness, this could be very, very bad. Okay, he will respond now. Adding on a second Evo chamber, by the way. This Spore Crawler in a great position will buy a lot of time for the Lings to get back here. +1 Carapace is not yet done. And that is a big problem here for REYNOR. Okay, now he will get on top of this. Units were not in a great position overall, and 5 Marines do go down, but they forced a decent bit of lost mining time. They killed off a gas, killed off a Spore Crawler, and now they're going to look to deny a little bit of creep, but REYNOR will get on top of those. A few more Marines do actually go down. I think 3 or 4 more Marines. Yeah, 4 more Marines went down. So nice job from REYNOR right there to clean that up. And this is going to be another 8 racks, heavily committed all in. Oh, this is very, very cool from TY. He is going to move out by mining out these minerals, giving him a very, very fast reinforcement path towards this 3rd base from REYNOR. But REYNOR has already cleared out these rocks. He's already got a ton of creep spread in this location. And this is just magnificent out of REYNOR. Now, 1-1 and combat shields is now done. This is where Terran gets a little bit of a power spike. Baneling speed not quite done, but, well, okay, that wasn't so bad for either player. A couple of Banelings did, actually, a fair number of Banelings got canceled right there. And a good number of Lings got picked off, but REYNOR picked off a couple of units of his opponent. Ooh, I don't know about this. Don't know about taking down these rocks. I suppose there's still a really strong position. The only thing that's a problem here for TY is that REYNOR can theoretically use this as a counterattack path. TY's 2-2, by the way, is quite late. Oh, REYNOR, okay, very quick reaction time from the Italian. Very, very well done. He has not respread this creep on the right side just yet, and that is a big, big problem for him. Now, he's got his Bane speed done, and like I said, much earlier, those rocks were taken down, so this is not anywhere near as bad as it could be. He does have a really nice timing where he's going to have 1-2 versus his opponent who just has 1-1. Overlord does spot this drop, and, ooh, almost gets all of those units, but not quite. TY playing very, very slow with this, and I actually really like it. As long as he keeps an eye on this counterattack path, I'm down with the slow playing this. Nice for both players, actually, right there. REYNOR spots this double medevac move out, and TY spots that lane counterattack. Now, the Mutilating Bane. Ugh, I don't know about this. I don't know. Hydras would be a little bit better in a fighting position. Tanks, the days of picking off stray tanks with mutas, it can still happen, but they are not... It's not anywhere near as consistent as it used to be. Terran players have gotten a lot better at keeping those tanks protected. Nice clear on this creep spread here. Getting, like, basically a page and a half of creep. Oh, the transfuse is keeping that queen alive forever. Basically the Queen of England right there with how long she stayed alive. And, well, she's still kicking. Drop in the main base. Will get a few drones, denies a good amount of mining time, but REYNOR will clear that up. Now, it's very, very important that REYNOR has not respread creep here at all. This is the timing, though, where he will have 1-2 against his opponent. TY's 2-2 is looming, And I think that is what he's waiting for. He's just holding this position. Doesn't want REYNOR to get any more creep spread. Oh, and I love this. Scanning for some creep tumors here as well. Would love to see him take... Oh, never mind. The tank got it. Adding on the Liberators as well really complicates things here for REYNOR. He's going to try and clear up this drop on the left side, but the big push at the front. 2-2 is now done for TY. He is on a massive, massive economy or army supply. Army values are very similar. REYNOR going to see if he can get a couple of units at the front. Forces his opponent's units back. Tries to get some snipes with the mutas, but TY a little bit too on point right there. The mutas do not want to fight. Oh, man. A lot of them going down right there. Well, actually only 4. But we are going to see a huge crush coming in from REYNOR. Lings from the backside. Ling Bane trying to come in on the front. Banelings, will they be able to find the connections they need? No, they will not. But REYNOR did clear out most of the tanks of his opponent. Only 2 tanks remain. Now, these are chonky boys. 14 kills, 8 kills. A lot of those are Lings and Banes, of course. And REYNOR, well, he is just going to make the mature decision, give up this base. But... oh, wow. In the main base. Meanwhile, the spawning pool. The spawning pool got picked off. No more Lings for REYNOR. He needs to rebuild that right now. But I don't think he realizes that it's happened. TY could take down this game number 3. This is looking so brutal for REYNOR. He's going to try and come in with another Baneling flank from the top side. Oh, those are some huge Baneling connections. But is it going to be enough? The mutas do clear out that one tank. But there are no Lings that can be built. REYNOR's money is getting so high. He just now realizes he's got 11 larvae. And TY is going to push this to a win. GG is called. Very well played from TY. REYNOR getting stunned by the South Korean Terran.